I was slicing a grocery store sheet cake with those flimsy plastic knives when a stranger placed an envelope in my hands and whispered, "Do not marry him," and I stayed completely quiet. The paper felt heavier than it should have, like it was packed with something sharp enough to cut skin without ever touching it. My name is Waverly. I am 28, and I work as a project coordinator for a construction company outside Philadelphia. I spend my days chasing permits, timelines, and people who promise they will call back and never do. I thought I was good at reading plans. I did not realize I was about to find out I could not read the person I loved. My fiancé, Grayson, had chosen this place because he said it felt grown-up but still fun. A renovated brick brewery with warm lights, long wooden tables, and a little photo corner with a ring light and a neon sign that said forever. My sister, Holland, insisted on that sign. She said it would look amazing on social media. I let her run with it because she was excited for me in a way that felt loud and comforting. I had been engaged for a few months. The ring still caught me off guard sometimes when it flashed under grocery store lighting or when I reached for my steering wheel. Grayson was the kind of man who held doors open without making it a performance. He remembered my coffee order. He kissed my forehead when I got quiet. He had a calm voice that made other people calm too. That night, everyone was there. My coworkers, his friends, our parents. A few cousins I only see at weddings and funerals. There were about 70 people, and for once I was not managing the room. I was just standing inside it, letting it happen, letting it be mine. The cake was from the same big warehouse store we always used. Vanilla with whipped frosting, overly sweet, the kind of dessert you buy because it makes people smile even if they pretend they are too classy for it. I was laughing with Grayson's aunt about how she still calls every smartphone a gadget when I noticed the front door open. A woman stepped in like she had walked into the wrong life. She was around my age, hair tucked into a messy bun, a dark coat still zipped up like she had not planned to stay. Her eyes scanned the room quick, nervous. She did not grab a drink. She did not smile at the music. She walked straight toward me. For a second, I actually thought she might be someone's delivery driver. That is how out of place she looked, like she had an errand, not an invitation. She stopped close enough that I could smell cold air on her coat. Her hands were shaking. She held out a thick envelope, no decoration, no ribbon, just plain paper and my name written in ink. "Waverly," she said, and my stomach tightened because she knew me and I did not know her. "Please, read it, not here, but read it." I opened my mouth to ask who she was, but she was already backing away. She did not run. She did not panic. She just turned and walked out with the kind of focus people have when they are doing something they have rehearsed 100 times in their head. I stood frozen, plastic knife in one hand, envelope in the other, while the room kept moving around me like water. My first instinct was to laugh it off, to tell myself it was a prank, a weird friend challenge, some sloppy surprise. But my skin had gone cold, and my brain was doing that thing where it tries to protect you by going blank. Grayson noticed immediately. He always noticed. He was across the room talking to his friend, Knox, but the moment his eyes met mine, his smile fell. He started walking toward me fast, weaving through people. "What is it?" he asked, reaching me. "Babe, what happened?" I looked down at the envelope again. My name was written neatly, like a label on a file, like someone had decided I was evidence. I did not answer. I just opened it. The first thing I saw was a photocopy of a marriage certificate. Not ours. His name was there, Grayson Hale, his signature, a date from years ago, a county stamp, a name next to his that I did not recognize, written in the same clean typeface as if it had always been true. My fingers went numb. I blinked hard because my eyes suddenly felt too dry, like my body did not know whether to cry or run. Grayson leaned in, confused, and then he saw it. His face changed so fast it scared me. Not anger, not surprise, something else, like the air had been punched out of him. "No," he whispered, and it sounded like a plea, like he was talking to the paper itself. I kept flipping. There were screenshots of emails, not romantic ones, legal ones. Subject lines about estate planning, trust distribution, beneficiary status. My name appeared in those emails, and so did a number I recognized, the name of my late grandfather's trust that my mother always spoke about like it was a locked room. There was a message from an email address I recognized. My sister. Holland. I felt my stomach drop again, harder this time, because it was like falling twice in the same dream. One screenshot showed Holland writing, "Once they're married, it triggers the clause. We just need her to sign the updated paperwork. She won't read it. She trusts him. She trusts me." My throat tightened so sharply I could barely breathe. Another screenshot showed Grayson replying, "I hate doing it this way, but I'm already in too deep." Already in too deep. My vision tunneled. The brewery lights blurred. The music turned into a distant hum. Grayson's hands reached for the papers, shaking now too, and when he read the line about the clause, tears filled his eyes. Real tears, not dramatic ones. The kind that show up when someone realizes the floor is gone. "Waverly," he said, voice cracking. "I can explain." Behind him, people were still laughing. Someone clinked a glass. Someone called my name from across the room, asking if we wanted another photo by the ring light. I felt my cheeks heating with humiliation, because suddenly I could imagine what I looked like from the outside. The bride-to-be clutching an envelope like a bomb, standing in front of a cake that said congratulations, while her fiancé started crying. I did not want a scene. I did not want questions. I did not want my mother's face when she realized something was wrong. So I did what I have always done when I am hit with something I cannot fix in the moment. I went quiet. I gathered the papers into a neat stack, like a professional. Like I was back at work, organizing a problem into a folder. My hands moved calmly, but inside, my thoughts were screaming so loud it felt like my skull would crack. Grayson stepped closer. "Please, not here. Let's go somewhere private." I looked at him. I looked at the tear on his cheek. I looked at the way he was shaking, like he was the victim of something too. And that confused me enough to make my anger sharpen. Because if he was not the one holding the knife, why was he bleeding like that? I turned and started walking toward the hallway that led to the back office and the restroom corridor. Not because I wanted to hide, because I needed air before my lungs collapsed. Grayson followed me quick, whispering my name. I heard Holland's voice behind us, bright and careless, calling out, "Waverly, where are you going? We're about to do the toast." I did not turn around. The papers were trembling now in my grip, not from fear, but from the force of everything I was holding back. Halfway down the hallway, my phone buzzed in my purse. I pulled it out with stiff fingers. A new message. From Knox. It was only 4 words. "Do not trust Grayson." My heart did not just shatter. It reorganized itself into something colder. Quick real-life pause. When I'm exhausted from editing, your comments are the only thing that makes it feel worth it. Like, subscribe and tell me your city, state, or country. All right, back in. I reached the closed door at the end of the hallway, the one marked staff only, and I realized Grayson had stopped talking behind me. He was staring past my shoulder. At someone else. And when I turned, I saw the same woman who had handed me the envelope standing there again, but this time she was not alone. She was beside my sister. And Holland was smiling like she had been waiting for this moment. Holland's smile did not reach her eyes. It was the same smile she used when she talked a landlord into waiving a fee, or when she convinced my mom that a late bill was just a banking glitch. Polished, practiced, empty. The woman beside her looked different now that I could actually see her under the hallway light. Her coat was open, her shoulders tense, like she was bracing for impact. She did not look proud. She looked sick. Grayson took a step forward behind me. "Holland, what is this?" His voice cracked on her name. Holland tilted her head. "Relax," she said, like he was the dramatic one. "Waverly just got emotional. It's a big night." My hands were still holding the papers, but my mind had detached from my body. I felt like I was watching myself from above. I noticed stupid details. The scuff mark on the staff-only door, the faint smell of bleach from the mop bucket nearby, the way my ring felt suddenly too tight, like it was squeezing the bone. I looked at the stranger. "Who are you?" I asked, and my voice came out calm, which surprised me. My throat was burning, but I kept it even. "Say your name." The woman swallowed. "Elowen," she said. "I didn't want to come back in, she made me." Holland's smile twitched. "No one made you do anything." Elowen's eyes flicked toward Grayson. "You told me you were going to stop." Grayson's face went gray. "Elowen, please." That one word did something violent inside me. Not because of jealousy, because it confirmed the paper in my hand was not some misunderstanding. It was real. It had a person attached to it. A living, breathing person standing feet away from me while my engagement party kept going on the other side of a wall. I turned slightly so I could see all of them at once. Holland, Grayson, Elowen, and down the hallway, Knox hovering near the corner, pretending he was checking his phone, but really watching. Knox caught my eye and nodded once. A tiny motion, like a warning, like an apology. Holland stepped closer, voice softening into something that sounded like concern. "Waverly, you're spiraling. Let's not do this tonight." I stared at her. "You emailed him," I said, "about my grandfather's trust." Her eyes widened for half a second, just half, then she recovered. "I don't know what you think you saw." I slid the screenshot up in the stack, held it between two fingers so she could see her own words. I did not shake it. I did not wave it around. I just let it sit there like a mirror. Holland's lips parted, then she laughed. "That could be fake. Anyone can type my name." Elowen stepped forward, voice suddenly sharp. "It's not fake. I watched her send it. She was sitting on her couch, smiling like it was a game." My stomach dropped again, but this time it landed in anger instead of shock. Grayson reached for my wrist. "Waverly, I swear to you I didn't start this. I didn't even know about the trust at first." Holland came to me. I pulled my wrist away, not violently, just enough to make it clear he did not get to touch me while I was bleeding. Holland rolled her eyes. "Oh my God, here we go. Grayson's going to pretend he's a victim now." I looked at him. "Are you married to her?" I asked, nodding toward Elowen. Grayson's eyes filled again. "Legally," he whispered. "Yes." The word legally sounded like a trick. Like the kind of truth someone uses because it hides the real truth behind it. I forced myself to breathe in through my nose, slow. My therapist would have called it grounding. I called it survival. "Why?" I asked Elowen, and my voice cracked on the edge of that one small word. "Why are you still his wife?" Elowen's mouth trembled. "Because he begged me not to file, because he said it would ruin him, and because Holland..." She turned toward my sister like the name tasted bitter. "Because she found out about my debt and told me if I talked, she'd make sure I lost my job. She said she had connections. She said she could bury me." Holland's expression hardened. The mask slipped. "You are being dramatic." I felt my heartbeat behind my eyes. "You threatened her," I said. Holland shrugged. "I protected you." I stared at her. "By stealing from me." She held up both hands like she was calming a child. "Waverly, you don't even understand what that trust is. You were going to waste it. You were going to hand it over to him anyway the second you got married." My throat went tight. "So you decided to hand it over to him first." Grayson flinched, like her words shocked even him, and that told me something important. He had been playing dumb, but he had not expected her to say it out loud. Knox stepped into the hallway fully then, voice low. "Holland, stop talking." She snapped her head toward him. "Stay out of it." He did not. He looked at me instead. "Waverly, your sister has been asking questions about your trust since last spring. She asked me at a barbecue, like it was casual. Then she asked Grayson's friend group if anyone knew a lawyer who dealt with estate clauses." Holland's face went bright red. "You liar." Knox's jaw tightened. "You told me you were worried about her being taken advantage of. I believed you. Then I saw you texting Grayson the night he proposed." That sentence hit me like a slap. The night he proposed. My mind flashed back to that golden park, the photographer, the boat, The way Holland cried and hugged me so tight I could not breathe. I had thought those tears were joy. Now I wondered what she had been crying for, happiness for me, or relief that it was working. I did not scream, I did not cry. I did not collapse, even though my legs wanted to fold. Instead, I did something small. I slid my phone out of my purse and turned on the voice recorder. I kept it low by my thigh, hidden by my hand and the stack of papers. I did not announce it, I just let it run. Then I looked at Grayson again. "Tell me the truth," I said quietly. "Did you propose to me because you love me or because you needed me to sign something?" Grayson's mouth opened, but no sound came out. His eyes darted to Holland like he was waiting for her permission. That was my answer. Holland leaned in toward me, voice turning sweet again, dangerous sweet. "Waverly, you're tired, you're overwhelmed. Let's go back out there, smile, finish the night, and we can talk tomorrow like adults." I stared at her. "You want me to smile," I said, and I almost laughed at how insane it was. "After you tried to trap me." Her eyes narrowed. "Trap you, please. You act like you're some victim. You have everything. You always have." There it was, the real reason. Not Grayson. Not the trust clause. Not the emails. Envy. I felt something settle inside me, heavy and clear, like a final piece clicking into place. I took one step back, closer to the staff-only door, and I looked at Aloan. "Did you bring anything else?" I asked. Aloan reached into her coat pocket with shaking fingers and pulled out her phone. "There's more," she whispered. "Screenshots, a draft agreement. Holland sent it to Grayson. It has your name in it. It's not signed." Holland lunged forward. "Give me that." I moved faster. I opened the staff-only door and stepped inside, then held it open just enough to look at the bartender who was stacking glassware in the dim light. "Hi," I said, voice steady. "I need the manager and I need security, right now." Holland's eyes widened. "Waverly, don't be crazy." I looked at her like she was a stranger. "I'm not going to be crazy," I said softly. "I'm going to be careful." And behind her, Grayson started sobbing because he finally realized I was not leaving the party quietly this time. I was taking the truth with me, and I was deciding who would see it first. The bartender's eyes widened when he saw my face. He did not ask questions. He just nodded and disappeared through another door. I stood in the storage area breathing in the smell of citrus cleaner and old cardboard, holding my phone low so the recorder kept running. My fingers felt steadier now, like my body had finally chosen a direction. Fight, but quietly. Holland stayed in the hallway, half blocked by the door, trying to keep her voice sweet. "Waverly, please, you are making a scene." I looked at her without blinking. "I am preventing one," I said. Grayson was behind her, shoulders shaking. His hands covered his mouth, like if he held it closed, the truth would stay inside. Knox stood a few feet away, watching all of us like he was counting exits. A man in a black button-down appeared with a walkie clipped to his belt. He had the tired eyes of someone who has seen every kind of drunk argument and breakup in a fancy room and wants none of it. "I'm Marcus, manager," he said. "You asked for me." "Yes," I said. My voice did not rise. "I need security. I need these two separated from me, and I need a private room where I can call my attorney and my family." Holland's jaw dropped. "Attorney, Waverly, stop." Marcus held up a palm toward her, calm but firm. "Ma'am, you can talk in the main room." Holland stepped closer, trying to push past him. "She is confused. She's having a panic attack. She needs to calm down." Marcus didn't move. "We're going to keep everyone safe," he said. "That includes her." Two security guards appeared behind him. One stood near Holland. The other positioned himself between Grayson and the door. Neither of them looked angry. They looked bored. That bored look was suddenly the most comforting thing I had felt all night. I turned my phone so only I could see the screen and sent a text to my mother. "Come to the back office hallway now. Do not bring anyone else." Then I texted my father the same thing. I looked at Aloan. "Come with me," I said quietly. Holland snapped, "Do not go in there." Aloan flinched, but she still walked toward me. Her hands were trembling so badly she almost dropped her phone. I guided her inside, then closed the door with a soft click, like I was closing a filed drawer. Marcus led us into a small office with a desk, 2 chairs, and a security monitor showing the main room. Through the screen, I could see my engagement party continuing like nothing had happened yet. People laughing, people eating cake. My sister's neon forever sign glowing behind them like a joke. Marcus pointed to the chair. "You can use the landline if you want." "Thank you," I said, and I meant it. He paused. "Do you want us to stop the party?" I pictured my mother's face, my father's, his family, my coworkers. I pictured the whispers, the phones, the videos, the way Holland would twist it later. "No," I said, "not yet." Marcus nodded once, understood. As soon as he stepped out, Eloan exhaled like she had been holding her breath for years. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I know I ruined your night." "You didn't ruin it," I said. "You revealed it." She looked down at her phone. "There's a file. It's a draft agreement Holland made him sign. It talks about you like you're a bank account." "Show me," I said. She opened a folder and handed me the screen. My name appeared over and over, followed by words like spouse, access, distribution, and a line that made my skin crawl. Authorized representative. I took a photo of it with my phone, then another. I emailed them to myself. I emailed them to a brand new address I created on the spot, because suddenly I didn't trust anything in my own life to stay untouched. Then I called the number on the trust documents I kept in my home safe, the one my mother always said to use if there was ever a problem. A woman answered with a professional voice. "Trust Administration Office. This is Patricia speaking." My heart stuttered. The same name as the attorney I had planned to call on Monday about a prenup. The universe had a sense of humor. "My name is Waverly," I said. "My grandfather's trust is under my name. I need to report attempted fraud." There was a pause, the kind that happens when a person instantly becomes more awake. "All right," she said gently. "Tell me what's happening." I described the envelope, the emails, the screenshots. I described Holland's message about a clause and my signature and marriage triggering something. I kept my voice steady, even when my throat wanted to close. Patricia listened. Then she said the sentence that made my stomach flip. "We already flagged unusual activity," she said. "Someone attempted to request documents and submit changes without proper verification. We placed a hold on the account pending identity confirmation." I felt my eyes sting. Who submitted it? "We cannot confirm names until security verifies," she said, careful. "But the email address matches the one you just described." Eloan made a small sound behind me, like she had been holding that secret too. Patricia continued. "I want you to email all proof to our secured inbox. I will give you the address now. Also, do not sign anything, do not meet alone with anyone, and do not return to your residence tonight if you share it with either person involved." "I won't," I said. Then she said, "There is another detail you should know, Waverly. Your grandfather's trust includes a protective clause. If anyone attempts to access funds through coercion, forgery, or marriage fraud, the trust automatically locks for a full review period. No distributions, no exceptions." My breath caught, "So they can't touch it." "They cannot," she said, "and the attempt itself creates a record." I stared at the blank wall of the office like it had turned into a courtroom. Holland had been chasing a door my grandfather had already reinforced with steel. "Thank you," I whispered. "Email everything," Patricia repeated. "And if you feel unsafe, you call local authorities. We will cooperate fully." When I hung up, my mother knocked on the door, sharp and fast, like she had run down the hallway. She stepped in, eyes wide, face already pale. My father was right behind her, jaw clenched so tight I could see the muscle moving. "What is happening?" my mother said. I placed the stack of papers on the desk like I was placing a weapon down. "Read," I said. My mother's hands shook as she flipped through the screenshots. My father's face darkened with every page. He did not speak. He didn't need to. The silence coming off him felt like a storm. When my mother reached the email from Holland, her mouth opened, then closed again. Tears filled her eyes, but her expression did not soften. It hardened. "I raised you both," she whispered, like she could not believe the words. How could she? My father finally spoke, voice low. "Where is Holland?" "In the hallway," I said. He turned to leave, and I caught his arm. "No," I said, calm but firm. "Not like that, not loudly." He froze, then looked at me like he was seeing me differently for the first time. I inhaled. "I want witnesses," I said. "I want cameras, I want this clean." Marcus reappeared, almost like he had been waiting. I asked him quietly if he could bring Holland and Grayson to the office one at a time, separately, with security present. He nodded. "We can do that." Holland came first. She walked in with her chin lifted, eyes already wet, like she had rehearsed this version too. She looked at my parents and immediately switched into a trembling voice. "Mom, Dad, she's misunderstanding. Grayson didn't do anything. That woman is lying. Waverly is being dramatic." I did not argue. I did not accuse. I simply pressed play. My phone speaker filled the room with Holland's own voice from the hallway. Calm, confident, talking about finishing the night and handling it tomorrow, talking about protecting me while she tried to steal from me, talking about how I have everything. Holland's face went blank. My mother's tears stopped. My father stared at Holland like she was a stranger. Holland tried to speak, but no sound came out at first. Then she lunged for my phone. Security stepped in front of her instantly. My father spoke again, and his voice was the coldest I had ever heard it. "You are done," he said. Holland's eyes darted to Grayson's side of the room, like she was looking for backup, like she expected someone to save her. No one did. My mother whispered, "Give me your keys." Holland shook her head, crying harder. "Mom, please, I only wanted to help. Waverly doesn't even use that money. She doesn't even need it." I looked at her, finally letting my voice sharpen just a little. "You didn't want to help," I said. "You wanted to win." Grayson came in next. He looked broken, not in a way that made me want to comfort him, in a way that made me realize how many lies he had been juggling and how heavy they finally were. He opened his mouth to speak, and I held up my hand. "Do not," I said quietly. "Not one more word that you hope will soften this." His eyes filled again. "I loved you," he whispered. I stared at him. "You loved what I could sign." Marcus asked if I wanted them escorted out. I nodded. My mother walked out after them, shoulders squared, and I heard her voice in the hallway, firm and clear, telling guests the party was ending due to a family emergency. She did not explain. She did not apologize. She protected me the right way. My father stayed with me in the office. He looked at me like he wanted to say 100 things, but only one mattered. "You did good," he said. I swallowed, my chest hurt. "I stayed quiet," I said. "That's all I did." He shook his head. "No," he said, "you stayed smart." Later that night, I went home with my parents. My mother changed the locks the next morning. My father met with the trustee in person. The trust stayed locked, just like Patricia promised. Holland tried to call from a new number. I blocked it. Grayson sent a long email. I forwarded it to my attorney without reading past the first line. Elowen filed for divorce within days. She sent me a short message that simply said, "You saved me too." I replied, "We saved ourselves." Weeks later, I learned the final twist, the one that made me sit down when I heard it. The trust office told my father that the first suspicious request had come in before Grayson ever proposed. It came in the same week Holland insisted I should update my beneficiaries and get organized. The same week she offered to help me scan documents. She had been planning to steal my life before I even had a ring. So I did not just cancel a wedding. I stopped a trap that started in my own family. And when I mailed Holland's last birthday card back to her, unopened, I didn't write anything mean on it, because the silence she tried to use as my weakness became the cleanest sentence of my entire life.